Alright, who's favored?
I don't know.
I think I'm gonna take Matthew and Yummy.
No, you think so?
Yeah.
I feel like Yummy hasn't played in a while, so he might not be as favored as you might think.
Well, that's true, actually. Forget about that.
Alright, hit it up.
Let's go.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Series 2 of the Paradise series prepared by Daz. We're going to be playing on Yin Yang. And spawning in the top right side, the team of a legend and a new school player. It's going to be YummyBlaBla and MatthewN.
And on the left bottom side, we have our blue and white players. We have the map troll himself, Daz, and the YouTuber Neagat.
I like how you just call him a YouTuber.
Oh, I was gonna call him like a two-dinner or something.
Two-dinner? That's hilarious. I guess for the people who aren't really familiar with some of these names, I guess most of you would be familiar with Neagat and MatthewN as they're around in the community recently, but perhaps you're not too familiar with some of these legends. So let's talk a little bit about Daz first. Do you have anything you want to say? Do you have anything you want to bring up? I believe he was the first one to get into Alpha League. He's been on top of the ladder for a super long time until Haffy came along. He's also been considered by many to be the GOAT of Littlewargame. Yeah, it's DragonArcherZ.
Yep. Just to add, if I had the chance to dissect the brain and try to research it, it would be Daz's brain.
Not
just
mine.
Being... Not yours. No. Okay. So for you, I can kind of understand, but some of the moves that Daz makes is just some stuff I haven't thought about. So that's what makes me think. Like, he's obviously not the best player now, but some of his decision making is something I would. Yeah, that's interesting to me.
All right. And in the top right, YummyBlaBla, another old-time legend, has been around for forever. He's, I believe, the first person to get into Beta League. Not Alpha, or Gamma, I don't remember exactly. Yeah, he's been around for forever. He's also considered one of the contenders for the title of GOAT. He hasn't played as much recently compared to some of the other players here, but definitely a scary opponent nonetheless. It is YummyBlaBla.
Yeah, the recent games I've only really seen Yummy in the past. I was gonna say past year. I guess past 2 years. Have been either a lot of cheese or just really basic gameplay coming out of him. Like if it's racks, just like 6 racks or something like that. A soldier archer. So it's pretty basic out of him.
Yeah. All right, hopping into the game itself, we have, looks like 2 dead and 2 racks out of MatthewN and Yummy. We have something kind of similar. We have Daz with the 1 racks and Neagat with the 2 dead. So it's going to be a lot of early skirmishes. But yeah, so the team in the bottom left are going to have a few less units, but they're going to have probably this castle that's coming out for Daz right as we speak. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of action-packed early game for sure.
Let's see. Interested to see how this bottom left fight's gonna go.
Yeah, that one
raider
is very, very low. Yeah, this is kind of the risk that you take. That other raider at the top is also very low as well. These two is going to
I think this raider's going to die.
Yeah, that's going to go down. This other raider looks like it's almost about to go down as well. However, on the other side of the map, Neagat's coming in with 5 walls. I think they have enough to defend that, though. Daz is forced to pull the workers here. And that's the second raider.
Second raider.
That's a big thing this early on.
Yeah, Daz is in a huge amount of trouble right now. No units on the map. Raiders only halfway done.
Yeah, and also one thing to note is that Neagat isn't helping to defend here. He's just trying to do some counter damage with his walls. His walls are still rallying across, so Daz is forced to just defend with just workers, and he's down to 5 workers now. That is not the position.
Oh, these workers are all dead. Yeah, these workers are all dead at this point. Those two raiders should be able to clean up the job.
Yeah, that's
He's got to
9.
be able to though.
Oh, he's MatthewN targeted down the house there for a second, which is unfortunate. But Daz is down. He's lost 9 workers. He's down to 3. So that is obviously not going to be enough. I think Daz needs
Another
to
thing
cancel
to
the tower.
notice.
Go ahead.
Yeah, another thing to notice is Neagat's actually been winning a lot of fights. He's picked off, I think it was like 2 raiders here, and I just saw another raider die a few seconds ago. But it should still be a pushback, but Neagat is getting quite a bit of value.
He needs to get more value though, because Daz just doesn't have the economy behind it. He has literally 3 workers to his name, and that's it. So
Yeah.
Neagat needs to essentially win the game 2v1 right here, but I don't think he has enough units to do that right now.
Yeah. Oh, Fortress coming out from Yummy. This seems to be. I don't think a second base is going to come out anytime soon.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. They're just content on staying on 1 base each. Daz did complete his castle though, so that means he will eventually get more workers, but I don't know if that's... I think I probably would have cancelled it. When you had only 3 workers, you probably... There's no way, right?
Yeah. Actually, it's also a comeback mechanic if you do manage to hold. I mean,
that's true.
getting more workers. That
I think it's probably
Matthew,
better to cancel though.
Yeah. Matthew's about to lose all his raiders here if he's not careful.
Yeah.
Oh, pretty good micro.
This Wolf Raider fight in the middle of the map seems to be going okay for both fights. It's going to be an equal-ish trade, but if that means if it is an equal-ish trade, it's going to be better for our team in the top right. They have that fortress coming up, and I don't think that's going to... like, the longer this game goes on, it's just going to be worse and worse for Daz, so...
Yeah. I'm interested in the continued raider production by Daz. Feel like Archers might have been the play. He would have saved up about 3 or 4 Archers, and Neagat plays a little more defensively because they are economically ahead.
So you would have preferred for them to be a bit more defensive because they have that castle?
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. Raiders take a little too long to build. So.
Fair enough. YummyBlaBla's fortress is done, but he has not started a Dragon's Lair just yet. So that's a little bit of a delay for sure, banking up 400 gold, which is not ideal. There goes the first one.
I wonder if he's going to go for a second layer. Oh, can you support 2 layers? That's kind of a little...
So you kind of can't. You can kind of do like 1.5, but I don't know. There's a fight in the middle of the map over here. We got some Wolf versus Wolf and Raider action. I feel like this
Neagat needs to pull back.
Yeah, this might be a little bit too much, but he's continuing to fight. I'm not sure if I like that, especially with those 4 raiders of MatthewN. He's still here. Yeah, he's going to be forced to pull back. But Neagat did grab a natural expansion while all this was going on, so he is going to try to get ahead economically as well. However, these 2 unscouted Dragon's Lairs could be completely game-changing. They haven't seen it just yet, I believe. Got no information at all, and there's nothing to deal with anti-air at the moment. So this is...
Oh,
this
I just realized that Matthew has about, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 raiders on this side right now, but he's also lost 7 raiders. Like, this is a huge extended battle.
Yeah.
14 raiders out of those 2 axes.
If we look at the workers currently, we still have 15 plus 11, or sorry, 15 plus 8, and 11 to 9. So I guess the worker count is pretty similar, but the real big factor is going to be these Dragon's Lairs, because they haven't been scouted. They're still going to be a complete surprise. And this fight that's going on in the bottom right-hand side, it's going okay for the blue team here, but any sort of distraction here is actually pretty good, because if they're fighting here, they're not scouting, right? So those Dragon's Lairs continuing to be unscouted. That snake pops up.
Oh, those snakes are not it.
Yeah. And Neagat is basically down. He's lost the fight on the ground as well, so yeah, there's just not going to be any answer for us, I think. We have some raiders with the backstab. Yeah. We have some raiders and a wolf as well, doing a little bit of a backstab here, taking down a few workers. Yeah, I think this might be just it.
Yeah, that's just Met.
This was just a really unfortunate series of events from the blue team, the blue and white team, I guess. I think one of the things was that when they had that decision made where Neagat was trying to do some counter damage on the other side of the map and leaving Daz to defend himself. I think that was just a unfortunate decision where they just couldn't get that defense right. And here comes the first dragon.
I'm trying to wonder. I'm trying to wonder if Daz did tell Neagat to stay across the map.
He thought that he could hold, and that's what we
Yeah,
thought, maybe?
I'm trying to find out what the decision making of that was.
Yeah, perhaps.
Other than that, the Dragons should be the nail in the coffin here.
Yeah, and GG is called. That's gonna be game. So, Team Yummy and MatthewN gonna take game 1 on Yin Yang. Yeah, I guess that
second map is gonna be Ritual.
Ritual. Okay. Any thoughts about that map, WeirdRat? Ritual?
The meme map. Oh gosh, Dad. Someone do it to Dad, please.
Do you think that's more of a meme map compared to En Passant?
Well, okay.
En Passant is definitely way more of a meme map. And that's what you picked as well, so...
Well, okay. You somehow had the perfect counter to the entire thing. You went, what was it, Advanced Workshop?
I went Advanced Workshop first, that's right.
Yeah, that was crazy.
This is called preparation, bro. You gotta do it.
Did not see that one coming. Well, okay. Yeah, Ritual's only a meme map just because of that one build. And Passant is more of a meme in general.
Yeah, fair enough. I think Ritual you can play just some standard maps or standard games on this as well, but I don't know if
yeah,
they'll go for it.
I hope someone decides to try the build again. I bet Matthew and Yummy haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I don't think they've seen it because we did it, right? They weren't in that series.
Right. Is it caster bias if I ask Daz to do it?
No. Actually, yes.
All right, I'll keep quiet.
Absolutely, yes. But yeah, for this map, what are you feeling other than that tower rush thing idea? Do you think do you have a preference of what sort of style you want to play? What sort of faction?
In general, I like to play Beast on this, especially Dragons. That's what I did try to go for.
Okay.
That's why I did the base first dragon thing in my theory, but it only works. It didn't work out really well.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think I tend to agree. I feel like this map is pretty large. I feel like there's a lot of opportunities for surrounds and everything, so...
Yep. Alright, we're all ready.
Alright, we're hopping into game 2 on Ritual. Spawning in the top right, down a game, it's gonna be DragonArcherZ and Neagat.
And in the bottom left, we've got YummyBlaBla and Matthew up again. Let's see if they decide to pull another cheese. Maybe go for a quick 2-0.
Okay, we'll see.
So far, no workers coming out yet.
Yeah. Yin Yang, I believe, that last map, which the game 1 map, was created by Stevenator, I believe. This map, Ritual, was created by Daz, so a bit of a home turf advantage, perhaps, if you will. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. How do you feel about this house placement out of MatthewN? Do you prefer this thing where you can see the backside, or do you prefer just kind of like a standardish house placement?
This was actually what I was recommending that me and Holy should have done. Start a house here. But this was like, we pre-planned this like 2 or 3 days ago, and I totally forgot about it.
Okay, fair enough.
I do like this. I do like this house placement.
Yeah, so I guess one of the things is that because of these workshops in the back, you have an alternate exposable path going into the main, right? So this sort of thing you can potentially use for doing stuff like Rolf run-bys eventually, or the Tower Rush thing that we did. I don't know if that game's gonna be online by now, but we'll see.
I don't like this. Oh, okay, never mind. He's going 2 racks. I was about to say this. If he was trying to go for macro game, I don't like this house barracks placement because it's going to deny the third base, the easier third base.
Yep.
But since it is a cheese, in fact, it's a double cheese. Oh god.
Of course.
Oh no.
So we're gonna have 2 racks, probably Raiders versus 2 Den. It's kind of like last map, except Daz has been like, okay, there's no way I'm just gonna take a base. I'm just gonna go for a 2 racks of my own. So they're gonna be playing from basically the same standard point. It's gonna be come down to whoever has the better micro, essentially, and we'll see how it goes. Very cheesy.
We do have a worker coming out from Daz.
Yeah, this worker. What do you think that worker is gonna do? Do you think it's gonna try to do like a tower
no.
in the back?
I think it's a tower.
But
it's a tower.
The thing is, that tower can be spotted by the castle, and Yummy also has a house going there as well, so he has complete vision. So maybe that might not be the best idea, but we will see. The first 2 wolves in the middle of the map just walk or run by each other. Yeah, so it's going to be Raiders and Archers, or sorry, Raiders and Wolves for both sides, no Archers. What do you think about if you recognize that it is a 2 racks Raider? Do you think it's better to transition into Archers, or do you think, hey, no, you just stick with the Raiders?
I mean, if you're already having your own 2 racks, you might as well play Defender's Advantage and keep your Raiders close and just keep building Raiders. If it is 1 rack, you just switch into Archers.
Okay, fair enough. I do like that Neagat is putting his houses over here in the middle of the map instead of in a weird location or like in his main, because this does give him a little bit more vision. However, that does mean that it is exposed to potentially do some damage. I'm curious to see what this worker for Daz is going to do in that left side. Hasn't done anything quite just yet, but now it looks like it's going to try to do something. We have a bit of a skirmish in the middle of the map
Matthew just blinked some Raiders. Matthew just blinked some Raiders into Daz's main, so this could cause some trouble. But I do see another Raider coming out for Daz, so it should be a defense.
Ooh, nice pick off over there. Gonna take down our worker. Some good target fire out of MatthewN. Gonna take down another Raider for Daz. So that is actually a lot of damage here. And he's going to be able to flash away pretty much instantaneously as well. So that's going to be really good. However, one thing to note is that Neagat's houses are exposed, so that means he's going to be probably supply blocked. YummyBlaBla coming in with a handful of wolves over here to take them down. So that's coming to backfire.
Yep, Yummy just saw Daz's worker. Daz had his worker exposed by the houses. It should be an easy shutdown.
And looks like this Raider fight is gonna be... Okay, they're just gonna run away. Okay, so far, let's take stock of the situation. Daz has lost 3 workers, right? And that is a lot, especially in a low eco game like this. And also, it looks like Neagat did lose one of the 2 houses. But we'll see how this fight is gonna go into the middle of that. We have 2 armies clashing right as we speak. Neagat's gonna try to run away. Doesn't want to fight the 2v1 here, essentially.
Now, Daz does have less Raiders, but Neagat does have a slight wolf advantage at the moment.
Yeah, so it looks like it's 15 wolves to 14, and also 6 to 6, but okay, we have a bit of a wolf versus wolf fight on the right-hand side. So this really just comes down to who has the better fights. And with the micro on both sides, this is going to be really tough. One thing that I do want to mention again is, similar to last game, YummyBlaBla is going to transition into that fortress, so looking into dragons in the near future as well. This is going to be a 1v2 fight, essentially. Neagat only fighting himself, whereas Daz, his raiders are just kind of chilling, which allows for a really good fight for team.
I just realized something.
What?
Neagat just apparently a few minutes ago has a move one of Daz's houses in
Oh!
Inside Daz's name.
Oh wow, that is okay. That's
oh no!
That one wolf is gonna take it. Oh, he tried to repair it there too. A bit of a team kill there. However, the real story is this big fight in the middle of the map. Looks like this is gonna be basically game over. They've just taken better fights, Yummy and MatthewN has at least. And they have more wolves, and they have more raiders, and raider versus wolf fight, you don't want to be down on either of those metrics.
Oh, that's actually so tragic, though.
Yeah, we got some raiders coming into Daz's main as well at the same time. Daz's raiders in the middle of the map are going to be chased down by these wolves, YummyBlaBla.
Alright, and the resource loss completely shows the picture that Daz's team has lost twice the amount that Yummy and Matthew is, and Yummy's got the 2 Dragon Layers coming out now.
Yeah, this is basically a repeat of last game, going into the 2 Dragon Layers. So, if you're Daz and Neagat here, what do you really want to do for next game? Like, how do you take this and learn from these games and try to, go into a better game plan? Like, what do you think was their critical mistake in this game? They tried the same thing as their opponent basically, and they lost. So, where do you go from here? Is the question.
I think going from here, I would expect Daz and Neagat to be extremely safe for the next game, because I would expect Matthew and Yummy to try to finish the game off real quick. They have as much leeway as they want.
Mm-hmm.
They can do anything they want. They can throw the next 2 games, and I don't expect them to, but right now it is a very dire situation for Daz and Neagat.
This is a pretty nice move, though. Daz tried to push those raiders back, and Neagat was at the bottom side, ready to prepare, but not quite enough wolves, it seems like. So they kind of have to just back off. That was potentially a good move. Neagat does have a
Yummy
tower.
just pulled all his workers out for
Ooh,
some reason.
was that a
He's pulling them
mistake?
back now, but yeah, I think he was chasing something.
Maybe it was on purpose, Ooh, some flashes over here. Okay, so this is actually a bit of a pushback for sure. Yummy does not have that many wolves, which means that this army of MatthewN Daz and Neagat can potentially do a significant amount of damage. MatthewN also had to cut a few raiders just to get this castle up as well. So that means that in the ground army, this is going to be really, really a big opportunity for Daz and Neagat. I would probably pull the workers here, but these dragons coming up is pretty huge. There are no answers to this. But one thing is that these 2 dragons here defending at home means that there are less dragons on the other side of the map trying to do some damage. Yes, there are 2 right now dealing damage to Yummy or Daz's main base, but that could have been 4, right? So.
Yeah. The other problem here, though, actually, Daz only has 4 workers at this point, and only 45 gold. So I think this is a pretty dire for him.
Yeah,
I don't think
sure.
he can come back from this. Yeah, down to 3 workers. He's about to lose the last 2. Actually, there's 3 left.
So basically, the question is, can Neagat win a 2v1? Essentially, it's kind of like the last game once again.
Yeah.
Daz unfortunately being targeted down with the raiders, and GG is called. And that brings us to game 3. A 2-0
This could be match point. This is match point.
This is match point, yeah.
Oh, Slammer's finally
Slammer's
here.
online. I'm gonna have to tell him the bad news.
Oh, this will be a fireworks. The 3rd map is en passant.
En passant, the cheese map, troll map.
This would be fun.
One thing I do want to point out in that last game is that MatthewN and YummyBlaBla took better fights in the sense that they found opportunities where they were fighting with raiders and wolves versus just wolves, or raiders and wolves versus just the raiders, right? So they were able to have just a better, uh, like a better fight overall, and therefore they were able to get that advantage early on.
Yeah, the forward houses actually cause so much problems because now that since the houses are away from the entrances to the main bases, Neagat, I believe, was stuck with half his army trying to defend them and half his army trying to help
Right.
Daz, and so it was just a miscommunication on both sides.
Yeah, I guess that the house placement, like you said, gonna kind of uh, bit them in the butt. I feel like if it was a more standard game, it would have definitely been really good. But because those houses were exposed, they were kind of forced to, oh, we have to defend these houses, and therefore, that sort of thing happens. What sort of strategies do you think will happen on this map? There's no way they're gonna do two racks, two den on this map because of just the logistics behind it. But do you think there's some other thing that's gonna happen? Do you think they'll go
Mm,
mass air? Do you think they'll do some sort of proxy like drops or something? What do you think?
I think that I think there's a high probability that Yummy might go for a dragon a fortress first,
Fortress first.
something cheesy along those lines.
Matthew, no, Matthew was one of the people who popularized that build, I believe, right? He's the one who's been playing that a lot, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, he did beat me in a tournament game with that, so
Oh, there
props
you
to
go.
him.
There was also another strat that we were thinking about doing. There were actually two other strats. One of them was actually worker rushing on this map, like like worker rushing, and then you block off like the middle, the connector between the two, and like you like block off the sides, and then basically you have like 10 workers versus you have like more workers, and you just kill all the workers of one player. That was one of the strats. But the
That's
other strat,
actually nasty.
yeah, the other strat was what you can do is how like the main base is really really big. One thing is that you can probably proxy like dens or Raxes in their main base without them noticing it. So you like send in a worker immediately, and if they don't have that house in the front of them, then you can like go to the corner and do like a two racks within their main.
Yep, I have experimented with building stuff in their main base uh, in preparation for this game.
Yeah.
Uh, it was decent. It wasn't that bad, but it's the only problem is uh, it's either your opponent is very likely to put a house watching the front,
Hmm.
so you would have to take like the roundabout, I would say.
Even the roundabout is covered by the castle location, so you see that, you know.
Yeah, so it's that's the only weakness.
Yeah.
Other than that, it can get a ton of damage done.
Yeah. I remember. I think the first game that I played on this is. I did the same thing where I just snuck a worker in and without them noticing it, and I just had like two racks in their main bases, and they just didn't know. Still lost that game, but it was a lot of damage.
I was thinking about a tower rush. The only problem is you can easily pull all the workers.
Like, where are you gonna tower us? You don't have like really good map geometry here to defend, right?
Well, the idea was to rely on a backup tower.
Oh, are you saying like?
So first tower comes up. It can come up close, kind of close to the side, maybe a few blocks off, so you can reduce surface area
Hmm.
by a couple houses. But then you would have the second tower coming up. So
Yeah, I don't know about that, honestly.
yeah, it was a kind of work in progress.
All right, we're gonna hop in. All right, we're loaded into en passant, and the top side of the map up 2-0 with their superior Raider and Wolf usage. It's gonna be YummyBlaBla and MatthewN.
And on the bottom side, in danger of getting 3-0'd, we've got Daz and Neagat.
All right. For those of you who don't know, en passant is a chess term. It's like when you have a pawn that does a... So if your pawn is on its starting location, it can do a 2-square move instead of 1. And then if you have like a pawn of your own that can capture that square that they traversed, then you can en passant just like, chow, and just chop it up. But anyways,
Do you play chess yourself, Scarlet?
I do a little bit. I'm not that good, honestly. I'm actually like pretty bad. But you know, there was a huge you know, Queen's Gambit, and everyone started playing chess and everything. So that was a pretty big thing. We have some interesting stuff over here. We have DragonArcherZ and Neagat with some workers. Ooh, I like this. I like this. This is spicy. We have a workshop and a racks. So we're gonna go for some sort of bust down the wall and try to win sort of strat. On the other side of the map, however, we have YummyBlaBla proxying a racks. Ooh, gonna cancel that.
Oh, he canceled?
Is that on purpose? Is that a mistake?
I think I know why.
Okay.
You underestimated the base, how big the map is, and so he thought that this tile was actually closer. And then I bet what was it? Matthew was telling him it's one more. Or oh no, they are getting closer.
No, but this is a huge this is so much slower than it really could have. If they had sent out the workers immediately, then it would have been a little bit better. But also, I guess because they blocked their own main ramp, like they had to, those workers had to go all the way around, right? So that's definitely one thing that you kind of don't want to. They forgot to take into account, I guess. Yummy is floating a lot, so I'm assuming he's going to try to take a base off of this afterwards as well, but we'll have to find out. One thing that you can do is you can actually, you can tell whether or not they blocked off that main. If you try to worker mine with a worker through, like, into the main. So if you have like a worker over here and you try to right click on the gold mine, if it tries to go around, then you know, oh, they blocked off that main. So I think that's kind of what...
Wait, is that completely walled off?
Yes.
That little rock thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
so YummyBlaBla and MatthewN, those are completely blocked off. But yeah, so we have a catapult, so it looks like catadrops, as well as just a standard, quote-unquote standard, I say this, proxy 1 racks. So we have, okay, so it's going to be 2 racks over here, for Yummy and MatthewN. So this is going to be on their radar, I think. Oh, this is really nice too. I don't know if you saw this. Daz did tried a cute tower rush thing here, but good worker pull out of MatthewN. That tower is not going to be able to do a lot of damage. And YummyBlaBla with the other house on the other side means that Daz's worker is trapped. But the question is...
Have you seen the other tower rush?
The other tower rush? What other tower rush?
Yeah, Daz has another tower on the left side, so he tried to do a double tower.
Oh, but that's also going to be taken down from YummyBlaBla, so that's not going to do too much. However, the bigger picture here is these 2 catapults that are taking down this wall. And guess what? They don't have anything at home. All their units are proxied across the map. They have 2 racks. These units are trying to take down this wall, but guess what? This wall on the other side of the map is already down. MatthewN in its whole bunch of trouble here.
Oh, I just realized that Matthew can't retreat his workers to Yummy's base because it's a house blocking.
That is also a big thing. So in other times you could just walk away, like go to your ally's base and hopefully you'll be safe there. Another thing is that you can run away to the other side, but I guess that's kind of a last-ditch effort for sure. Daz knows something is up, gonna build a tower in his main. Neagat also has a tower in his main. So they haven't really seen any units out of Yummy and MatthewN, so they're just gonna try to do their best to prepare for what inevitably will come. Here comes the push into Daz's main base. We'll see if that tower is not quite ready. We'll see how much damage this is able to do.
If I were Daz, I would actually cancel everything and try to rebuild a base. Pulling all the workers. This is not going to hold.
Yeah, that's not going to hold. I would count. Oh, he does decide to complete the tower. Maybe he can target down one of the raiders or something. That's one raider going down, but that's going to be it. Everything else is no bueno.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough money.
Yeah, he doesn't have
enough money for those.
So basically, this current situation is MatthewN is dead. Daz is dead, right? Ooh, Neagat's gonna pull all the workers. Why is he pulling all the workers? Hello? Is that a mistake? Is that on purpose?
Oh, it's a ton of...
Oh, I think he was gonna try to help his. No, wait, what? I'm confused.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Where did all the workers go for MatthewN? Did they all die? He has 5 workers. I don't know where they are though.
Hope they are at this
Oh,
the
okay.
middle,
They're
somewhere
just
around middle.
they're
They're
just
trying to go
okay.
across.
I see. So MatthewN and YummyBlaBla are gonna try to continue to force their way into the main base of Neagat to take him down. But I don't know if that's gonna work. We do have. Where did the 2 catapults go? Okay, Neagat's gonna grab those catapults, and he's gonna choose to bring one of them back to defend. The 2 other ones gonna try to help break down this wall, so that Daz can get in and attack YummyBlaBla's main. So we have a bit of a base trade situation once again. What do you think? Who's in a better situation at the moment?
I think it is actually Neagat because. Oh no,
Oh,
no,
he
not unless he
can't lose
runs
this.
his.
Oh no, he dropped it. He's
Oh
gonna
no!
lose the airship. No, that's
that
a
was his
huge
advantage.
mistake. That's a huge
That was his
blunder.
only advantage.
Oh no.
That was his only advantage. This is actually really bad now.
Neagat's gonna try to pull all the workers to try to defend, but even with a tower here, there's just too many archers. I don't think he's gonna be able to do that. This might be a 3-0. I don't know.
It's pretty dire for both sides. Let's see, who else has workers around the map? We've got Daz has got a worker on the right side.
But one thing is that
build a
Yummy,
house.
yeah, but Yummy is still mining. They absolutely need to take down Yummy right now, like immediately. That's their only, and then they have to try to do like a base trade and somehow win. Because I think with the current units, as long as they're micro correctly, like Yummy just has too many archers, right? I don't think he's ever gonna lose unless he like doesn't pay attention. It could go to like a straight up base trade scenario. We have some, you know, proxied across the map and everything. MatthewN has come back with these workers. It's now long distance mining, so that might be something. All of the workers from YummyBlaBla have escaped through that back door. Gonna try to find a different place to mine from, or just get out of the way. This is a pretty epic game right now.
Yummy did. Okay. Yummy does have enough money to make a base. That is actually it might be the game winner right there.
Ooh, that's a good point. However, Neagat also had enough money to make a base and built a base on the other side of the map. So.
Oh. Huh. I didn't realize that.
One worker for DragonArcherZ did scout all this transfer of YummyBlaBla right over here. So now they are aware of where all these workers are going. So that is actually a pretty big information tell for Daz with that one worker that he has. Yummy is also now revealed. Yeah, so this is going to be a huge information tell because Yummy is going to try to build a castle here, probably in like over here, but that worker being able to scout it means that they know where the castle is, basically. So let's take stock of the situation here. Like, what's going on? Who is in a better spot right now?
I think Yummy and Yummy and Matthew, I think, have the better scenario here, provided that they don't split up their troops, because Daz can definitely micro his way out of this.
Okay, so so let's take. Okay, so if this castle goes up, Yummy has just a huge economy. He has 12 workers compared to 2, 3, and 2, right? If we look at the army itself, that's also in favor of, I think, YummyBlaBla, right? You have the biggest army, but at the same time, these 5 raiders have a huge micro potential, which means that could be huge. And also, there's that potential elimination win, right? You could theoretically win just by killing all the buildings, right? So will that happen? Probably not, but there is a potential. I do want to just emphasize how big it was that the airship did go down. If that airship did not go down, Neagat would have had the opportunity to do some harassment with these 2 catapults that he has. He would have been able to probably deny this mining base of Yummy in the bottom left. So yeah, that going down was absolutely huge for sure.
Provided that it did survive, do you think that would have been a game over move right there?
I do think so, because what happens is that the only thing that can really shoot up are these archers, and like with good micro, you're not going to catch an airship with just archers. So I really do think that that would have been just game over. That would have been so much micro potential. That would have been, denying this mining from YummyBlaBla. You could even just straight up go for the buildings and go for the elimination win. They're gonna ask for a draw. I don't think you accept.
Have you also noticed, Yummy? He's about 313 gold. He's about to take a second base.
Yeah. Do you think it's better to take a base here right now, or do you think it's better just to really?
They've got complete ground dominance. They've noticed that there's no air units or anything. Transport's completely gone. It's it would be very profitable to take that base.
I think if it were me, I would probably go for more houses just to get that supply block done. Get rid of the supply block, and then go for the base. But maybe it's actually better to go for the base. I'm not sure.
No, I think it's better for the base because you have to get 3 houses to fully get out of that supply block.
You do have to go for 3 houses. That's right.
And you would get more mining off 2 bases.
So one thing I do want to note is that if you do get rid of all the buildings in this game, what happens is that you lose all your units. Your units don't actually get transferred over to your partner, to your teammate, right? So one thing is that if somehow they take down Daz's last building, which is this racks over here, that means this 5 raiders and the 2 workers are just completely gone. They're just unusable. They just get destroyed. And also because of the rule set, one of the rules for the Paradise Tournament is that if you do leave the game, your team officially just loses. This is done to prevent, if you have like a really good player and a less skilled player playing at the same time, that you can't have just the lesser player just leave every single time and, have a 2v1, but it's a better player kind of thing, right? But the thing is...
Daz does have a tower.
Does have a tower. Oh, he does have a tower. Okay, good point.
Yeah.
Did not see that.
So, yeah. It should be pretty safe for now, provided with those 2 catapults, but...
Yeah. But yeah, as I was saying, the thing is, like, in a regular 2v2 game, if it wasn't this rule set, one thing is that you could theoretically just leave the game and give your units to your teammate. So, but that option is not here with the particular rule set. Daz is with his 2 workers gonna try to take down this house of MatthewN.
Oh, where are his raiders? I don't see them.
Daz's raiders?
Yeah.
They're like here-ish. They're trying to take this down.
Oh, okay. I see it.
Okay, so that castle did not go up for YummyBlaBla. Instead, gonna go for the houses and some towers as well. So, gonna play a bit more defenses. I think they recognize that they just have a better economy, and as long as they survive, they win. I think that's kind of the mindset that they're going for. I'm not sure though.
Oh, if Neagat gets this advanced workshop, this might be really problematic.
That is true. This advanced workshop, if you go for that airship, like I was talking about previously, that's going to give so much micro ability, and that's just going to be huge, right?
Oh, Daz.
Gonna try to sneak over?
Lose his workers.
He just snuck by. MatthewN wasn't paying attention. One other thing to note is that MatthewN has a worker on the left-hand side, but because it has a gold in its hand, it can't actually mineral walk through around. So.
Oh. Just realized that too. That's actually crazy.
Yeah. I heard a catapult shot. What was that? Okay, MatthewN with the soldier. Gonna try to bait the shots into the worker line here.
It's got 4 catapults now.
That's a lot of catapults.
Hmm.
However, the path is clear. The path is cleared for YummyBlaBla here. He's gonna walk in with his entire army and try to basically kill. We'll see if they're able to do that.
Let's see. With the airship coming out, I would say it's pretty hard. I'm surprised Neagat isn't. Oh no, those are Daz's workers. Never mind.
So Neagat does decide, or YummyBlaBla does decide to target down that workshop first, which I think is a pretty good idea actually. This one raider for YummyBlaBla being very annoying might be able to even take down this catapult if he's not too careful. Here's the big push though. Yummy probably should keep his soldiers at the front and set up this fight a little bit better. But it's just going to go in straight up. Okay, we do have that airship that's coming out, so that means there's going to be a lot of micro potential for sure. Daz trying to build a tower. Okay, this is going to be very tense, but with that airship, that's going to be a lot of micro potential, and that's going to be a hold for sure. Excellent hold over here. But that does not mean this game is over. We have YummyBlaBla trying to take another base, which used to be... Whose base? Neagat's main base, it used to be, I think.
The complete base trade.
Yep, this is definitely an epic game. Ooh, so that is... Let's see. Okay, yeah, so this Catadrop is going to try to go in and try to do some damage. I wouldn't even mind just trying to take down these... remaining buildings as well, just to get that production down, right?
Daz picking off some units on the left side. He does scout. He might get up another archer, but he does scout the location at the barracks now.
Yeah, I think they were revealed either way, so not a huge issue.
Okay.
But
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he might lose him if he's not careful.
Perhaps, but Daz is basically looking at just these raiders, I feel like. Right? He doesn't have anything else to do, so hopefully he doesn't lose them. But that is some excellent micro. Oh, good flash over there. Gonna trap it in.
Ooh.
That's down to just literally 2 raiders and 2 workers, and that's everything. One thing I do want to criticize is Neagat's additional workshop placement could have been better. I feel like he could have put it to protect that tower instead of just wherever. This Catadrop, though, is doing some significant damage out of Neagat. So far, they've killed, what is this? I don't know how many, but it's a lot. These archers are coming back to defend. 5 plus 5, I think, so 10 workers killed, if I'm not mistaken. One thing I do want to say is that Neagat did not bring a worker for repair, so that means that eventually they're going to have to go home. So that is not good. Huge shot on the archers there. Another huge shot. 3 more archers. Fire. Excellent. Neagat with some excellent micro. Gonna get another archer. Okay. However, this ballista is out. If Neagat goes to the left, that's gonna be disastrous, but he is gonna go out on the right-hand side. We have a single archer from MatthewN. If this single, or these 2 archers take it down, that would have been amazing, but no, this is like, they're gonna be able to drop. Takes down another worker.
I think we got Daz coming in, getting some archers from Yummy.
Okay. Some good pickoffs. That one raider has 7 kills. That's a lot of kills. Dad's gonna try to do his best to continue to work on these 2 buildings over here.
Neagat is taking a second base at this point, so he does have the same amount of workers now as Yummy.
That is a big thing because it used to be 13 to like 3 at one point, but Neagat able to claw his way back with some excellent Catadrops and some good defense as well. That one archer just finished actually, but that is one, what's it called? 1 Rax down for YummyBlaBla, now down to just 1 Rax. But YummyBlaBla does have that airship, which means he's gonna have that airship ballista combo to get rid of the, to defend against the Catadrops. So.
I do want to criticize kind of Neagat's choice of a 3rd airship. I would prefer that to be a ballista because now. Well, actually, no, he hasn't seen that. No, he has seen that advanced workshop. So he's in extreme danger if Yummy finds any of these airships.
That is a good point. Yeah, this third airship doesn't really have a purpose. There's only 2 bases to attack at the same time, right? So it's not like you can attack a 3rd place at the same time. So that is very true.
Right, Yummy's ballista's coming back. This might be over for Neagat. Here.
Yeah, does get a archer though, but I think with Yummy's micro, that airship is not long. Oh, that's a bit of a mistake. Will that be able to catch up? Will that be able to catch up?
He's got to drop it. He's gotta drop it.
Yeah,
He's
he's
gotta
got
drop
it.
it. Oh
Nice. That's a
no!
huge pick off. Well done.
It's actually huge.
That is actually huge, yeah. Yummy also taking a third base in the bottom left-hand side of the map, so that is
Oh,
something.
and he gets other drop. Second drop is about to be, yep, picked up. No, he should be able to save it, but
Yeah,
he
that's far
definitely
enough.
needs to keep his home.
Yeah, so that is
I think he needs to keep his home now.
yeah, I think you kind of need to go for a ballista as well. There's a ooh, that's gonna be another try pick off, but not gonna happen actually. Yummy is gonna go for a fortress, gonna try to transition into dragons, it seems like, as he enjoys doing so.
Neagat is going for a forge and a workshop, so I think he's trying to go for like a to abuse Yummy's multitask here. Try to go for double duck. That's why he keeps like sending these airships out, even though it's gonna die if it's found. I find that really
It's
interesting.
very risky.
Yeah. He does have a double prong set, so it's up to Yummy. And Yummy is extremely out of position.
Yeah, these two cata drops are gonna do significant amounts of damage, I think. Where's his ballista airship? Okay, it's in the middle of the map, so gonna be a long ways away for sure. This cata drop into the main base of Yummy going to do some damage. Another cata drop happening at the same time is going to be able to respond in time. Yummy is forced to try to kind of take his units back. Yeah, I don't know why he's not sending his ballista back. Okay, now he does so.
He had it in the same hotkey, so he tried
it's a
to.
hotkey issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's actually a good work out of Daz with the two raiders. He was distracting his army, or Yummy's army, and that was a big. Okay, so
Oh, Yummy missed Neagat's airship on the left.
yeah, that airship
Neagat's
is going
gonna
back.
get away with this.
It's going to get away with murder here. One thing I do want to note is that they have not seen this third base of YummyBlaBla. And another thing is that these Dragon Slayers are at that third base as well. So that's potentially a missed opportunity. If Neagat had been aware of that third base, he would have definitely dropped it. So yeah, definitely a missed opportunity there. What happened to the other drop? Did he just came back? I think, yeah, it did come back.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, Neagat needs to scout into the main base and try to see that fortress and that dragon layers.
He's gonna lose that drop.
Is he gonna lose it again? Oh, he did lose it.
Yep.
That's pretty big. That's another, 300 minerals? A little bit more down the drain?
Yeah. He does have his other drop, and Yummy is, again, out of position to try to stop this drop on the right-hand side. It could do pretty well, but Yummy's got his 3 dragon layers up.
That's a lot of dragon layers.
Neagat does not have black powder.
One ballista, that's not going to be enough. However, with this drop, he's going to be able to finally see that first dragon slayer. It's going to be 1 of 3, but that is valuable information.
Oh, he does have attack, that mech attack upgrade. So he is able to 2-shot these workers. He just gotta use as much time. I don't see Yummy. Where's his airship? I don't see Yummy's
right
airship
over
anywhere.
here. It's like on the other side of the map.
Oh, yeah. Neagat does. I think I saw a second drop. Yeah, he does have another drop coming here. So he could get away with this and get more damage done.
The first dragons are out for Yummy, though. That dragon potentially could do some damage. He needs to, I think, even put down a second. Oh, that's some good shots over here on the right-hand side. He needs to perhaps get more ballista because he has nothing against dragons. Ooh, this drop is going to be taken down, perhaps. Yep, the ballista do get that last shot. Catapults are going down.
Right. It will be hard to clean it up, though. In fact, Neagat can actually A-move these workers.
Yeah, just try to
he can
take
get
down.
that full worker.
Yeah, he needs to target them down, but he's not going to be able to do so. Unfortunate. This is a lot of workers going down for Yummy, but they don't see this third base. It seems like still, that's pretty big, and they don't really have much to defend against the dragons. He has a single ballista out so far, and that's, or 2 ballistas, excuse me, but that's not going to be enough. I think there needs to be more ballistas. But that was
did take a third base behind all this.
Yeah, on the right hand side here. Yeah.
His main base is mined out at this point.
Yeah, he's gonna need to transfer his workers, but there are some dragons here already denying. So that's pretty big.
Ooh, this move out was.
Oh no, he's gonna lose that airship ballista in the middle of the map. That is big. Does drop that ballista at the last second though, so that ballista did survive. Needs to attack with that. But yeah, this is not looking too good. We need to see more ballista out of Neagat. But at the same time, you also just not scouting this third base in the bottom left-hand side is actually pretty huge.
Yeah.
Workers are lined
Yummy
up.
did take a base on the very far right, but these dragons might be a huge problem for all these workers here.
Ooh, some friendly fire damage almost happened as well on these workers. These ballista, however, gonna take down these dragons eventually. But Yummy does still have a Rax army. Daz also lost one of his other raiders, one of his 2 raiders, so he's down to just 1 now. There's definitely some epic gaming going on over here.
Matthew, for some reason, also has his worker on the left.
Yep, that's just scouting for a base, essentially, I guess. So Neagat is defending his 3rd base, but that's going to be out of position against YummyBlaBla's main Rax army that's going up the middle of the map. There's not much...
Yummy does not have an answer for that mech army.
That is true, but Yummy does have a 4th base, and eventually that means he's just going to have more units. Yummy's going to transition into mech of his own, yeah. He has some, looks like 2 workshops and also a forge coming on the way as well, so... There goes Daz's last raider. So Daz literally just has 2 workers and a single, or 2 workers, 2 watchtowers. Ooh, gonna try to target down that airship. Some excellent micro, but that's gonna be 1 down.
Oh, the advanced workshops under target.
Yeah, this is also a precarious position. Neagat is coming with his army, but that's gonna be a little bit out of sync.
Oh, there goes the last of his workers, and is Daz losing?
Daz eliminates, but he has to stay in the game, right?
Yeah.
So as long as he stays in the game, you know, it's okay, I guess. I would like to see...
at least Neagat got an airship out.
Yeah, did get that last airship out here.
Matthew's completely eliminated.
Matthew? He still has...
units.
Yeah, he still has buildings in the middle of the map, the 2 racks.
Okay.
Okay, so it's basically literally down to Neagat and YummyBlaBla here.
We're back to 1v1.
Back to 1v1. Ooh, losing that airship. Oh, that was huge. He lost an airship, I think, full of ballista. I think so, at least. There are 3 ballista here, but one of them gonna be taken down. So now only actually 3. So how far is
push
this
now and?
Ooh.
Oh.
That was
wait,
nice
Neagat had a drop.
Yeah, looks like took down some workers here. Very well done. 7 kills between the 2 of them. And he's also pushing in with his mech army in the middle of the map as well. I would like to see a few workers being pulled for repair. I think that would be huge, especially to just repair and keep those ballista alive against the dragons. A single, or the catapults being taken down over here. Ooh, that airship might be taken down. Oh, he lost the airship.
Oh.
That's unfortunate.
I think Yummy can hold. Well, he's got 3. What is it? 3 catapults? Yeah.
How many catapults does he have? He has 3 catapults. That is not enough. Neagat needs to just keep going and just go straight down. I don't think that's enough to defend. You need to rely on the dragons.
He needs to go through the choke. Yeah, he needs to go through the choke before the next 2 catapults come out, and then I think it's too hard to push through.
No, I think you can definitely just push through if you micro well enough. Yeah, that's 1 catapult going down.
Catapult already.
Oh, he's just gonna back off.
That is a lot.
I think he could just ruin. Oh, losing that ballista would be huge. Explosive shot coming in, gonna do some huge AoE, but that's not gonna kill any dragons just let. So that is essentially a free pick off. Neagat says, okay, that's enough, I'm just gonna go back. Yeah.
Interesting.
YummyBlaBla is gonna try to do some counter attack with this with the dragons. I think that's a great idea. Yummy also took another base at the same time, so he's up to 4 bases, even though 2 of them are, outmined. So it's actually 3 bases.
Neagat sending his bullets in the wrong direction.
Yeah, this kind of...
he needs to move over here.
He's gonna try it down to the tower. I wouldn't even mind just targeting down the advanced workshop here. Like, I think that's actually a solid move where you can just potentially just cut down the production, right? These 2 ballistas are coming in. Yummy's gonna be forced to rotate his dragons away. Gonna probably want to chase that with the ballista. Yeah, there we go. A little bit slow to do so. But these catapults in the middle of the map, they could potentially be, scouting out the side bases and everything, but they're not doing that. Huge damage onto the middle line over here. It's gonna stop the ship a little bit too late. With the ballista.
Oh, he might lose
the
it.
Ballista, the airship.
Oh, he saved it. Hey, repair. Oh.
You're not gonna repair, but that's not gonna matter. Q fire there. These dragons are all very, very low. Neagat's gonna try to do that counter attack that he was thinking that I was talking about, but there are some dragons.
Oh, he's actually pulling the workers.
Is he pulling the workers?
Oh yeah. He's pulling them back. No. Well, they're on his hotkey right now.
I think they're on his hotkey. Yeah, I don't think they should be though. We have some auto repair mining on the right hand side, which is being a little annoying. He also needs to finish that workshop. Yeah.
Yummy did take the bottom left kind of middle base, so he is mining more, I think. Yep, he is mining much more than Neagat right now.
Yeah. Neagat does have more workers,
I don't like this. I don't like that Yummy is continuing to build dragons, though.
Really? You think you should transition out of
them? He needs a more substantial ground army. I would say, I don't think 2 workshops is enough to... actually, he has 3 now.
Yeah.
Oh, Neagat left his base unprotected. He's about to lose all his workers.
Oh, that's going to be a big barbecue. A lot of workers going down. Neagat's going to try to come back over here with these ballista. Please drop them, thank you. Going to try to target down one of those airships. I think they barely are going to get it. Nice pick off over here. That does, reduce a lot of the mobility for sure. These dragons gonna come in and try to target down some more workers. A little bit of lag over here.
Neagat still has 29 workers, surprisingly, so he's not in a terrible position. But
he's also
this is pretty
trying to counterattack with the catapults here. So
yeah,
I think that's something you definitely should do. It does take down 2 dragons here.
Oh, Yummy's about to lose all this ballista.
He did lose, I think, all of them. Ooh, don't want to friendly fire on those workers, if at all possible. Want to keep those alive. These dragons are being chased down by the ballista. I feel like Neagat could do a little bit better job of doing that.
Oh, he needs to drop his ballista. If he's not watching this could be really bad.
Oh, the ballista?
Oh, there's nothing in there.
Okay, that's okay.
There's nothing in there.
Q-fire, nice. Gonna take down some more,
He does have enough ballista to survive. He's got 2, 3, 5 ballista on the map right now.
Okay, that's not bad.
Against 9 dragons. Yeah. The only problem right now, I would see, is he needs to find a way to mobilize. And he hasn't been able to because Yummy is controlling this choke point, and he would have to push on the other side, which I think he is doing now.
Yeah, he's going to try to go down the right-hand side, it looks like. But I feel like he could have done this a lot earlier instead of trying to headbutt his way through the middle of the map. Like, he could have tried to go for the left-hand side as well, Oh, these catapults trying to attack his own tower. He's going to stop doing that, which is good. Yeah, I think just Yummy's been playing a little bit better over here in this 1v1. But there's still a chance for Neagat for sure. Yummy is maxed, basically, which is huge. But a lot of that supply is of dragons. Dragons aren't that cost-effective, in my opinion. Especially if, you already have a good amount of ballista that can take that down. They're kind of dead weight because they can't really fight in a straight-up fight. So
Okay, Yummy is out of position. He does have 4 or 5 catapults on the wrong side of the map, and Neagat can keep pushing down if he wants, but I think Yummy's going to go for the counterattack, and I think that's a pretty good move.
yeah, he's gonna looks like counterattack with some of these dragons. This is a common theme that's been happening. Neagat being taken unaware by these counterattacks. Really could have been doing a little bit of a better job of just like leaving a ballista in each base. That's a lot of dead workers here, so that's definitely unfortunate. Neagat going down to just 18 workers, which is not good.
He doesn't actually have any workers. He's only got 1 base mining at this moment.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so Neagat will probably be able to take his bottom base out and probably kill all those workers if he does.
But that's not going to be
fire.
That's not going to be like the production or anything, right? He needs to do a bit more, right? He needs to take down the production. He needs to like get rid of all these dragons as well, I think. Ooh, that's potentially a huge pick off over here, maybe. Yeah, gonna take down that ballista. Not quite. The repair is good. So if we look at the army, the ground army is actually better for Neagat, right? The only thing that the supply is in for Yummy is actually these dragons. And if these dragons are, you know, unable to find too much damage, then that's kind of it, right?
Yeah. Okay, Neagat's actually pulling back.
Why is he pulling back?
Without killing them. There are some catapults threatening his transport shop.
Yeah, I think this is kind of over though. Yummy's expanding to the top left side as well. The production is going down for Neagat. Yeah, he's also down to just 15 workers at the moment. Yeah. I don't know. This is not looking
I think this is the killing blow right here.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, he's converging. Yummy's converging on the right side, and he gets out of position on the bottom.
This was definitely
actually
hard fun,
Yummy. Yeah, it really was an excellent game. He dragged it out. What is it, 30 minutes and a complete base trade. Definitely was an A-star.
Yeah. That is a lot of dragons going down though. But this castle looks like it's gonna fall. The repair is not gonna be enough with these catapults. A few more dragons are gonna fall down to these ballista, but I don't think that's gonna be enough.
And Neagat does have a drop down here. Oh no, there's more dragons coming in. Okay, so Yummy should have the resources to defend everything. Neagat still does not have any towers on the space. So, and Yummy is continue to take over the entire left side of the map.
Yeah, it looks like just Neagat's multitasking was not quite up to par versus YummyBlaBla. That drop in the bottom side also falls. I feel like if he had just played a little bit more decisively, maybe, when he had the bigger ground army and just pushed across the map, there was that time where he was pushing into like 3 catapults with like 8 or set or something like that. I think if he had pushed the issue there, it would have been a little bit better. And of course, you know, leaving a ballista in each base, that might have been, you know, to deal with the dragons a little bit better. I think, like, theoretically, if you keep the ballista in the airship, it's better. But, like, in practice, a lot of times you're going to be out of position sometimes. You're going to lose your ballista airship if you're not paying attention. So, yeah.
Yeah. He's about to, well, he is getting kind of sandwiched. I see Yummy. Yeah, it seemed like Yummy was, what was it? Focus firing?
Yeah.
So, Neagat's rest of his army is pretty much dead. In the middle of the map.
Does have a cata drop here, but that's going to be taken down swiftly by the dragons. And I think that just might be it.
Alright.
They get down to 40 supply. Yummy pretty much still maxed. I think that might be it, yeah. It was an excellent game, though. Really epic game. That's one of those benefits with yeah, I think that's one of the benefits by having this sort of crazy quote-unquote maps. You get some crazy games. So, you know, people are like, oh, you know, standard games, you know, Ravage every single time, but they kind of get stale, I guess. So
Oh, it sounds familiar, right?
Talking
Rather
from
jump again.
experience here, yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Neagat has a catapult target firing another house, please.
Nope, probably just a missed A move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That reminds me of how in StarCraft 2, where if you, for some reason, you put your tanks and you target fire like anything like a command center,
Yep.
it won't stop coming. I don't like that. It's really annoying.
You have to like unsiege them. Yeah. It looks like it's gonna be, I guess, a 3-0, but it was definitely an action-packed 3-0. A lot of interesting moves in, the first two games where we had action right from the get-go, and then this game obviously was a banger for sure as well.
Yeah, this game also really shows mentally how, like, for example, Neagat was at some point continually dropping with a whole bunch of, even with Yummy having 2 bullets in an airship. But now, if you notice with the dragons out, even with the same type of air threat that could destroy it, he hasn't sent any catapult drops and therefore wasn't able to see any of these left side bases.
Right. Just not seeing that left-hand side was actually really big. Yeah,
Yep.
GG is
Oh,
called.
that's GG.
Alright, and there you have it. An excellent game out of players, but the victor is going to be YummyBlaBla and MatthewN with a 3-0 sweep. And Neagat and Daz, unfortunately, falling, but that's okay. We had some epic games. Yummy saying he hated this game, but... Alright, GG's, that's going to be it for this series. Hope you guys had fun. Hopefully there are going to be more series like this for the Paradise series hosted by Daz. Going to be on the future. I believe there's something in the works with some mid-tier players like It's Jay and Neagat and Steven Ader or something like that. So please stay tuned for that. Yeah, any last words, WeirdRat?
No, Yummy is kind of retired now. No, I think we need him to play a couple more games.
Yeah, we'll bring him in sometime, some way, somehow.
All right.
All right,
Good
thanks for
soon.
casting, and GG's.